Is beauty in the eye of the beholder?
Though your face or your inner peace.
Drug plug or butt plug?
Heather Celeste is in the building, and we're talking Botox and injections. So put on your happy face because I'll Have a Double starts when, Brent?
Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of I'll Have a Double, the podcast, episode 77. What's up? I am Juan B.
I'm Brent Crable.
I'm Jesse Cool.
We are back once again, and we have a guest with us. She is an aesthetic nurse practitioner. She owns the House of Beauty Med Spa in Fort Worth. And most importantly, and the reason why she's here, she has a podcast called Sex, Love, and Injectables. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Miss Heather Celeste.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here with you guys on a Sunday.
There we go. There's the applause. You seem very chipper. You know, you
Yeah.
seem like you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know,
I know how to put on it's a good game face.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Good.
seem, because
It's really-
Jesse
it's-
over there looks kind of
Well, you
worn
mentioned
out.
I own a med spa, so I'm always going to look pleasant. You're never going to know what I'm actually feeling.
And we're going to get into that.
Yeah,
too.
we should.
Yeah.
Could you own a med spa and like it
Looks
looks shitty?
busted.
You know? Like
I wouldn't go.
right?
No.
Like I would if I went to
Not
the med spa and I'm like,
busted.
why do you have wrinkles? Like you should never have
It's like a
wrinkles.
trainer that has a big gut over his belt.
I
Talking
I
about, I can
don't
train you.
trust that. No.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't want that.
Don't trust
But
that.
yeah, back to Jesse. He's over there wearing shades.
I know y'all are coming for me.
I
I,
know-
already know.
I
I know that y'all are coming for me.
I know your future's bright and all.
I know.
But,
Well, I have what they call a hangover. And,
What's that?
Great movie.
It's yeah.
Is it great?
well,
Don't start with me.
It's okay.
Don't start
whoa!
with me. Don't start. Hey,
we
no.
don't like hangovers.
No, keep going. Don't start with me, Brent.
Anyways,
talk about
It's
movies.
serious.
let's just get the cat out of the bag. I was
Yes.
supposed to come out with y'all last night, and I didn't.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, Brent.
Interesting.
Isn't that a bro code?
Interesting. Not only were you supposed to come out with us, but the night and kind of where it ended was your idea in the first place.
Yeah. I had two friends who had birthday celebrations. James, he's been on the podcast, and
Okay.
then one of my old friends, and they were both hitting me up constantly. Had sushi for dinner, and sushi and shots.
I
Means,
mean, well, there you go then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
mean,
forgot.
Does
When you have
that
sushi,
works?
it's
you
okay.
can't go out.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah. Screw your
what,
friends.
What,
I got
what I'm
sushi.
saying is it
Sushi.
doesn't soak up the alcohol, so then you get really drunk. And when you take shots like I do, it hit me like a freight train.
Sounds like an excuse to
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well,
I feel like I'm
oh,
in
I
the middle
know.
of a blanket of disappointment right now.
Yeah.
It's
A
uncomfortable.
blanket of disappointment.
Yeah.
He needs to curl up in a ball of disappointment.
Yeah.
in that
Man, I
blanket.
mean, we were going to talk about Citizen. Like, it just opened. The new Citizen
I really wanted to
opened,
go. I really
and
wanted to go.
I don't
and
even. We don't even like that. Like I don't even
That's
like.
not our thing.
That's and it was like Jesse hit me up earlier in the week,
I wanted to go,
and I was
It
supposed
my
to have.
yeah.
I was supposed to have my daughter. It's her birthday
Yeah.
weekend, but we
Yeah.
switched, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, man, just let me know." Like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have her." And he was like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna get a table," and he kept poking.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
Jesse. And I was like, "Yo, I don't have her. Like, let's do this." And then where did
letdown.
where'd he go?
She's like, well, it's kind of hard to get in.
No.
Kind of have to know some people. It's going to be a little difficult for you guys to get in, just letting you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it was.
Yes.
It was not easy to get in.
we did the stand outside shit.
What a fucking shit! Like
I don't
why-
stand outside.
I know what is like.
You
what
guys
a-
sit
I
in a
don't
line?
stand outside.
What a like.
We don't stand in lines.
No,
Oh,
don't
dude.
put baby in the line.
What a terrible life! Like people like sitting outside of a club, like for 35 minutes to get in.
Just staring at the dude,
Just-
the really muscle dude that's just sitting there.
And he's
Full of
not making
judgment.
eye
It's
contact.
like-
He's smart.
it's
He's
like-
not looking at you.
No, he's looking through
It's like
you.
the Roxbury.
Yeah, basically.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But you're supposed to be the guy, Jesse.
Yeah.
You're our Captain Clout.
You're the DJ.
You're the guy. You're supposed to get us
Captain
in the upper room. You know the upper
Up-
room.
upper
room. When
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
high.
wow.
Did you just
Okay.
take us to church?
Yes.
the upper room.
That was so beautiful.
about the upper room.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the upper room guy. You're supposed to get us to the upper room.
I
man.
am the asshole. I am sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, that
At
ends
least
it.
you owned
Well,
it.
all right,
No,
all right.
he owned it.
Moving on.
Look, yeah.
Well, you just messed up your chance of being the favorite on this episode. So let's get back to Heather. Heather, you are an injectionist. Is that
Yes,
correct? So what
yes.
does that mean for us dudes that are trying to figure it out?
Inject
yeah, I
us
know
with
it's
your
kinda-
knowledge.
It's hard to inject knowledge into guys with this because there's not a lot of guys that get aesthetic treatments. I was gonna do some Botox today, but that didn't happen.
What happened?
What happened?
I just didn't bring it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
wasn't because someone was late.
No, I mean I'm not gonna punish him for being late.
Yeah.
Hold
But
on,
if
if we're
I
gonna go
would-
in on me, all right, no.
I
okay.
think
It's
everybody,
okay. It's okay.
everybody
It's
kind
okay.
of failed a little bit today, except for one person.
Juan always has it
I didn't
together.
fail at all.
No.
At least not the
He's the glue. He's
What?
the glue that
What?
holds us together.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
You're trying to find
hey.
something. You're gonna fish. You're gonna find.
No.
Oh, go ahead. Find something.
No.
I'll wait.
That's why he's the Godfather.
No.
Wow, that's
Anyway.
ballsy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
so-
Anyway, so and as an injector, what I do is Botox filler. My niche is that I am a very conservative injector. I like to.
Ooh.
Yes.
Not as much.
Not as much. I don't
Just-
do the
just
overfilled
enough.
face syndrome,
Just
which
a
we
tip,
see a lot
literally.
here in Dallas. Just the tip, yes.
Yeah.
But my goal, and just to get a tiny little deep in here, just no pun intended, but
Right between the eyes.
right between the eyes. No, I like to instill confidence in men and women, and I think that women should be even more valuable the older they get. So I never tell somebody in my chair that I'm going to make them look younger, because that's not possible. My thing is, I want to make you feel like the best version of yourself inside and out when you walk into my door and out of my door as well.
What if somebody comes and sits in your chair and they want to look better, and you just know you're like, never gonna fucking happen. Like,
then
you're
wait,
ugly.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
look,
not.
I'm an injector. I'm not Jesus, so I can't perform. I can't perform those miracles. So
You
know,
probably make more money if you were Jesus.
I would
Yeah.
make if I was Jesus.
You
I
would turn
would make.
injections into wine.
I would turn a lot more things into wine if I could, if I was Jesus. But yeah, no, I mean, it's all about managing expectations in this industry. So if somebody comes in and they want to look like Facetune and there's no way that they can, then I'm going to send them to a therapist. I'm not the one.
Ooh. You could capitalize and be the first injectionist therapist.
I don't want to. I don't.
Okay.
That
well,
doesn't sound like a
fuck me
fun
then.
time to me. No, I punt those. I punt them. I will help
Yeah.
them to my capacity, and then whatever I can't help them with, I will send them to somebody that I think can.
Well, my first question that I have, because I have a couple, does it hurt?
Yeah, it's a needle.
All right. Well, like acupuncture.
yeah.
Acupuncture,
Got 'em.
you don't feel that in acupuncture, Like, it
I
just
mean,
kinda-
okay, so
so-
a couple things, right? So if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work, like our grandmothers told us.
Ooh.
Don't get me started on that
Wow.
one.
I mean, I'm
What
saying.
a
Welcome to my
line.
world.
If it doesn't
Right?
hurt, it doesn't work.
Exactly. But
Tough
no,
life.
I mean, whenever you work in aesthetics, if you go to the right provider, we have some really good. Do y'all cuss on this episode? Like,
Fuck no.
Yes.
okay, so we have really good shit to numb you with. So I mean, at best,
Cocaine?
you're looking at no. I mean,
Oh.
I don't think that would work. I don't think that'll help.
Oh, do enough of it.
Different kind of numb.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Just for legal purposes, he's just joking. No, I mean, I would say like 3 out of 10. It's really not bad. I mean,
Oh,
it's
okay, yeah.
it's very easily manageable, I think.
I also feel like if you're sitting in the chair to look better, you're probably willing to take on a little pain for that. You're like, I don't give a
You
fuck
have
what
to-
it feels
yeah.
if you make me look, well, not younger, but if you make me look my age.
Confident in your skin, right? So
Injecting confidence.
injecting confidence. That's good. I'm going to use that next time. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, it's not going to be the most comfortable experience, but it's worth it. So
So what's the difference of or between Botox and filler?
this is great. Okay, so Botox, think of it like your wrinkle releaser. You do Botox to work on the muscles that cause wrinkles,
Okay.
most prominently in the forehead. And then don't take offense to
tough
this. I'm
because
trying
your
to
face
dumb it
doesn't
down.
move,
I'm
right?
trying to dumb it down for the guys here.
Please do.
Yeah.
Sorry. But so for the forehead, this is your like I'm worried lines.
Right.
And then the lines in between your eyebrows, those are your I'm angry lines. So if those lines are staying, even when you're not making those expressions and that's most likely to happen the older you get, then you're going to be walking around constantly looking angry and worried, which we are,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially in 2021. We just don't want to look that way. So
Right.
Botox takes care of those muscles. If you can prevent them from contracting so much, you're not like,
So
we're
you're
on
just,
video.
You're,
Do you see
you're-
how much my forehead moves right now?
Yeah, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
You've rested the resting
Blessed.
bitch face.
Yes.
That's why Botox is my favorite drug. So that's what Botox does. And then filler is a volume restoration type of situation. So
Okay, now you have to dumb that down.
I'm going to
for
dumb it
me.
down. Okay, so filler equals volume
Okay.
Okay.
in the face. if you notice when you're younger, you have a lot of fat in the mid-face area.
Right.
So the older you get, the more volume you lose.
Right.
So
Isn't
and this
that
is
good? You want to have
you
a
do
firm
like
face,
you do
right?
you want, but to a point. You want to do it until like, do you want to look like a crackhead, or do you want to look like you have a little bit of healthy fat in your face? So the point of filler is to restore lost volume. It's not to reconstruct. It's not to overfill, and that's where we see a lot of the issue, especially in Dallas.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm from Fort Worth, so sorry.
Oh, throwing shade.
Don't Dallas my
Yeah.
Fort Worth either, though. Okay. But no, we're just trying to restore lost volume. We're not trying to reconstruct things unless something needs to be reconstructed. We're just trying to restore it.
Okay. And how many times does someone has to go to get that wrinkle
to
out of the-
restore.
to
Yeah, it's
restore?
not bad. Like guys get haircuts more frequently than women do, right? Like every 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks or so.
We have shorter hair.
So Botox you do every quarter.
Okay.
Okay.
Filler you do every year.
Every year, just once a year.
Once a year, come see me and we see what kind of zhuzh we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's never supposed to be a lot.
Okay. Do y'all do it anywhere other parts of the body? At all?
You can put filler
Yeah, do you feel
everywhere.
down?
Like what
there?
about?
can.
Like
You
what
feel-
about? What,
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I had a question where you're going with that too. But so in other areas, if there's some fat areas or something
For
they
sure.
want to you inject it in other
Yeah,
places
I
too.
mean, I've had a lot of weird requests for places to put filler, but I mean, you could put filler basically anywhere where there's volume loss. So, I mean, you could put it in your hands. You can put it in your above the knees.
Why would you put it in your hands?
So you notice, like whenever you get older, the skin thins out, so you'll see hands are one of the first things that age, and you can tell somebody's age by their neck and their hands
And elbows too.
and their elbows and their knees.
And the knees. Yep. Yeah.
So you can put filler in those places, and so when you see that skin is starting to get lax because it's losing volume, then
Yeah.
you replace that volume with volume. That's what filler does. In a nutshell. Does that make sense
Speaking
to you
of
guys?
nutshells, do you feel the
There.
nuts?
Okay, so there is
Shiny balls.
there is a thing. It's called Scrotox.
I heard
Scrotox.
that on the podcast. I thought it was a
It's
joke.
not a joke. I mean,
Oh.
it's mostly for
It's
my
not a joke, it's a
flamboyantly,
Yeah, we
gay
know.
friends, whom I love. But yeah, some guys want to have shiny balls. Like I don't do them because I just don't want to be
You don't do shiny
balls
balls?
deep into
Okay.
anything in
I
my
gotcha.
office.
That's good.
I like
So
it.
I
That's
prefer
good.
not to see balls there. But if that's something that you want to do, I'm sure I can find somebody that would do it for you.
I mean, the ball's in your court, Brent.
Yeah,
Balls
and
in
I'll
your
take the
court.
ball and I'll punt it back to
Okay,
you.
I don't want them.
I don't know about shiny balls. Like I'm not really. I was more talking about filling, like filling.
I
the
don't think
balls.
that you could fill the balls up.
Okay.
Well,
There we go.
yeah. You can't.
Glad we
This
got
is
that.
It's a slippery slope that we're going down. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think honestly I feel bad for guys because like girls
Slippery
if girls have small chesticles,
Tits.
they can
You
augment
say
them.
tits.
That's fine. I'll say chesticles.
Yeah.
I felt good about it. But if they have small balls, I think you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, no, the
Or you're not
cosmetic the cosmetic world does not lean towards men. Like for a woman, if you have small chesticles,
Chesticles,
as you
yeah.
said, you can get larger ones. As a
Right.
man, you can't get you can't be like like a.
I've
a dick
actually heard
implant.
that
Yeah.
there is one. So we were at the lodge the other day, and there's a guy who literally had a penile implant. Like he went from like 3 to 6. Like
That sounds so uncomfortable.
I don't.
Why is your hand at like a foot though?
Well, yeah. I,
Okay.
I don't know. I still don't understand how
Spatial
it
awareness
works or
is
how that's a
hard.
thing.
Yeah.
But that is a thing.
Okay.
Someone has it.
Interesting.
There's people who are walking around with an actual implant. I can get more information on
I
this.
think you should.
For next time. Yeah.
Yes.
Literally, I just heard about it.
Can you
like,
just get him on the pod?
Yeah. No, right.
Can we get
Actually,
him
I think
on?
we
Yes.
can.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
I will.
I'd love
I,
to hear more.
I think
about
his name
that.
is Chris.
Of course.
course.
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Of course.
Chris Enhancement.
Yeah. Any guy with a new crisp dick is named Chris, of course.
Yeah.
So Botox, Dallas. I mean, these two things go together, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I think Dallas is similar. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not in this. You guys took me out of my bubble of Fort Worth, which is I think the brighter part of DFW.
Man, nice plug.
I
Okay.
can't wait for all the hate comments on that one.
Yeah.
No, I mean they're both equally great, but yeah, I think Dallas is a very big city where women are especially concerned with their external appearance. My job is to find a balance between what's healthy in that and what's not and go from there.
What does that mean?
That means that a lot of women out here have too high of expectations for what I can do. And maybe the problem is more so on the inside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying they come to you. So even if they're coming to you, they want to come to you like every other week, and that's money.
Wow.
See, it is a thing.
Wow. Is
There you go.
that's gonna show up behind me too?
No.
Oh, thank God.
To all of those people this is why you need to watch the podcast because
Yes.
you can see our reactions as we're looking at things on here.
Wow.
So for all
Yeah.
you people on the
Testicular
audio, you
enlargement.
don't know what we're looking at. We're literally looking at balls
Yeah.
on
Ball
the
sacks.
screens. Yes, lots of sacks,
This is
lots of balls.
unsolicited, isn't that? That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
We all
no, it's good.
we all got an unsolicited dick pic.
We did.
Now I feel your pain.
Do you understand
I
now?
feel,
what
I
I'm
feel what
feeling?
you've been
Thank
going
you.
through.
I
Thanks,
appreciate
Ryan, because
you.
I just got 6.
Yeah, right in
In
the
my
face.
Even though it was
face.
only
Well,
3
it was
people.
3.
I know it was
but
3, but it was 6.
It was a before and
There,
after.
the
so,
before
yeah.
and after, yeah.
You just said 3 to 6 too. Wow, imagine that. It all comes back together, doesn't it? Slippery slope.
circle.
Yeah. So Dallas is it the Botox capital of or I guess would that be LA?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
LA is still number one. I think Dallas is a close second, but I think Dallas is becoming more too done. I'm seeing a lot more overfilled face syndrome coming into my office, like women
Ooh.
from Dallas coming to Fort Worth because I do a lot of dissolver.
OFS.
Dissolvers?
Yes.
Okay.
So the great thing about filler is that you can dissolve it. So whenever you have something that's not done correctly or overdone, you can have it dissolved and we start over. But we have to manage realistic expectations or just manage expectations in general. And, I think women try to solve a lot of things with filler. And sometimes you have to be punted to
Yeah.
a surgical approach.
It can't fill every gap.
Yeah.
You can't fill it all now.
So the dudes, I mean, for all the guys out there listening, I mean, should they partake in Botox?
Yeah, so I
mean Botox?
actually have a good male clientele in my office that I treat mostly for Botox. If it's for filler, the majority of it is like under the eyes because guys have a lot of this going on where you have that tear trough.
Okay.
Tear trough just under the eyes
Okay.
that look tired.
Okay.
So you can put filler there. But for guys,
How
so
about sleeping? You think that would help?
do we even have time? Like, what even is
Proper
that?
nutrition.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, good. But go ahead. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But it sounds nice. But no, realistically, no, I don't think anybody's getting enough sleep. So that's whenever you have these other things that you can do.
Yeah.
So my approach for guys is a little bit different than a lot of injectors. A lot of injectors like to freeze faces with Botox, which I'm all for females. Freeze my face. I want you to be constantly in a state of confusion as to what I'm thinking. As long as I look pleasant all the time,
Okay.
you don't know if I'm mad, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
But for guys, I think it's important to have some expression, but I think that you can soften it a little bit, especially if you're in a position where you talk a lot or you're in sales. It's proven that the friendlier you look, the more successful you're going to be in that job. So
Right.
if we can use Botox to soften it, but not take it away,
Yeah.
because I think that wrinkles look good on guys.
Okay.
I said my
Is this a
episode
Fort Worth
before-
thing?
No, I don't think I think it's an everywhere thing. Like,
Oh.
is George Clooney being attractive a Fort Worth thing? No, I think women look at attractiveness different than guys do. Women look at internal attributes, and maturity is attractive to us, whereas for guys, not every guy, but a lot of guys look at the external surface of a woman, and that's what all that pressure comes with for women wanting to look, 25, 35 forever. But
I thought that. But
you can
isn't
you can vouch for this.
True. But also, like, women are. A lot of times, I feel like y'all are competing against each other and doing it for each other more
Yeah,
than
but that's usually
almost more than even for us.
Usually, that
For
most
sure.
women they quickly want to correct us and go, "We do not look pretty for you. We
Let's
look
be
pretty
real.
for
I mean,
ourselves."
let's
and-
be real. We buy the shoes so that our women can see the shoes and be like, "Oh my God, I love your shoes."
Right.
We're
It's
not
a
buying
flex.
it. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
flex. It's a
Yeah,
flex.
because the guy's like not even.
Guys
I didn't
don't
even
give
know
a
you had
shit.
shoes on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they don't care. They don't get. Women care more. I've met, guys that give no shits about stretch marks. It's the women that come in that are like, well, like how about? Because I have stretch marks. I had a baby at 15, so I have plenty.
Damn.
So yeah, and so with that, I get a lot of women that are like, well, how are you so comfortable in your own skin? I've had plenty of experience with my body, and I'm very comfortable with how I look, especially being in the position that I am, where I'm constantly, critiquing and looking at external things on other people. But yeah, I think that, I don't know. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but I think you guys knew where I was going with that.
Question.
Shoot.
As he takes the shades off.
Oh,
It's serious.
wow.
What should I do?
That's the
I was
worst
waiting.
question.
I was waiting for this to come. I said, at some point, I know Jess gonna be like,
You will not hurt my feelings.
Well,
What do you think I
I'm
should-
not in the business of hurting feelings
Okay.
anyway. So, I mean, the first thing that happens when you come to my office is I ask you what's your favorite facial feature about yourself?
Probably my lips.
So that's what we try to enunciate on, right?
I get a lot of compliments on my lips. I'm sorry.
He's got great
Oh
lips.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
he said, "What's your favorite?"
All right, so
I don't. Well, I like whatever the women like. So
that's
whatever.
fair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd ask, like, what is your wife or girlfriend or
Yeah.
whoever you're talking
The
to
girlfriend.
like?
She says lips.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So then what bothers you, if anything, when you look in the mirror?
I think probably this.
So that's a quick fix. We do Botox.
Yeah.
Done.
So, like, how much would that be? Like every.
on
not trying to
average, people, because whenever somebody writes me a DM asking what their cost is going to be, it's impossible for me to give that to them
Okay.
without being able to see them in person. So,
Okay.
like for you, I can calculate your Botox. It's one of my talents that I have. It's
Yeah.
a curse and a blessing because
Okay.
while somebody's talking, I know how much
Yeah.
Botox they need.
Wow.
Okay.
My friends know
What a
this.
skill.
I know. Right?
It's a great skill, but it also sucks too,
No.
because I'm like, they won't see me for whatever reason if they're against Botox or something. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, so for you, it's a quick fix of Botox, and the average person spends on Botox is between $350 to $650.
And
It's
that's
a wide range every
quarter
quarter.
is
Basically,
Every
2 bar
quarter.
tabs a month, Jesse.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, I
take
mean,
it easy on the drinking.
exactly.
At the Citizen. Yeah.
Or you didn't even go to Citizen.
I know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Botoxed yourself last night. Thanks, bud.
I've seen me do it. So, it's
So
fine.
with your podcast, have you gotten any like negative feedback from, I don't know, like certain other women
PETA?
saying, why are you like doing this, and we're supposed to be like loving ourselves for who we are and all that kind of
Ooh,
stuff?
you just gave me goosebumps in the worst way. So,
There's a filler for
yes,
Yeah.
there is a filler for that, right? That should Botox my goosebumps.
That's good.
Why is doing interventions to help you feel like the best version of yourself possible considered not loving yourself the way that you are? Like, and I can compare this to guys going to the gym. You're going to the gym for a purpose, whether it be mental health or building muscle. Most of the time it's because you're trying to build muscle and get your summer bod on or whatever you're doing, right? Why not just
you're
love
trying to get
yourself?
chicks.
Why go to the gym? Just love yourself for who you are. There's nothing wrong with doing interventions that are going to make you feel more confident as long as you're doing it for the right reason.
And, well, what reason? And so their reasons is whatever they decide their reasons is.
Yeah,
is
they
not
decide
for-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's within those realistic expectations, they're not doing it because they're seeing a social media trend or they're seeing these girls, with their filters and trying to reach something that's not possible. They're doing it because they're like, okay, I don't want to look like I'm rode hard and put up wet. I'm going to soften up these lines. There's things that you can do, like childbirth. If I know that I can have a baby with an epidural, I'm going to do it because I get the same outcome. Same thing with injectables. I'm still going to get older, but I'm going to do it in a way where I can do it gracefully, and we have medications for that.
You're the first first woman that's used the phrase "rode hard and rolled away with."
You're welcome.
In the last 40
I was looking
years.
at Brent's face. He
You're
was like,
welcome.
I was like, wow.
Can I hear more about
like-
that?
Nice.
No.
My question about your podcast is it's sex, love, and injectables, right?
Right.
When do you guys talk about sex?
Well, my sex life has been very non-existent for a while because I was in a whole arena of dating, and I have standards. So my big thing that I tell all my friends and the public, because
Yeah.
I'm out there, I know my worth and I know what my table values, and so I look for somebody that is deserving to sit at my table. So I'm not the type of girl that can handle one night stands
Yeah.
or casual dating because my heart gets attached.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, update is I have a new wonderful boyfriend. So, I mean, I might talk about it, but I might not. Some things are better left unsaid.
How does he
You
feel
just
about?
said- you just
How does he
said
feel about talking about it? Have y'all had that discussion?
We haven't had that discussion yet.
Okay, y'all want to have it right now? He's here.
Yeah, he
Y'all
is
wanna-
here.
y'all
I mean,
bring a mic
you
and
can
just
bring a
go ahead
mic
and
up. We can
just have
let's
him
knock it
discuss
out.
Have you
Fuck
guys
it
had,
up.
have you guys
Because
had sex yet?
Because
Of course, yeah. It's great.
Because you before we start the podcast, we were talking about dating and you being on the podcast,
Yeah.
and so the guys are like, "Hey, so you're gonna talk about me on the podcast?" 'Cause
Yeah, no, that was definitely a struggle because I ran into dates where they're like, "I'm worried that you're gonna put me on there," and I'm like, "Well, don't fuck it up then." Like easy.
Yeah.
But
only something a woman can say.
know.
Like I can't say that to my wife.
No.
I don't think that Jess can say that to his driver.
I can't say that.
Like,
to
well,
the
don't
driver.
fuck it up.
No.
I won't talk about you.
well, I mean, to be fair,
I've said
because
it. I've said it.
I mean, we've
Single guy, yes.
we talked about it. We were
Wow.
trying to save it for the pod, but we talked about it a little bit. So, it's a struggle. That first season of my podcast was a lot of me healing and growing
Yeah.
and getting back into that dating pool. And I don't know who the fuck said like there's plenty of fish in the sea. The sea is not a sea, it's a swamp. And the shit that's in there is not
Crawfish.
like
Crawfish season.
I think Charlie the
crawfish-
Tuna
yeah.
said that.
Yeah, so I mean it's hard to find people out there. So I was dealing with that, and I was kind of using that platform for myself.
Yeah.
It was a way to kind of speak for myself and hopefully find people that related to that. And I did find a lot of people that were going through the same thing. So that part was beautiful. But I think in this season of my life, what I've learned is that, some things from my personal life are better left unsaid. And just out of respect. But you guys can still send me stories of your fucked up shit, and I'll talk about it all day.
So you'll talk about everyone else's.
Yeah. As long as they're okay with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the sex part, like I didn't know it didn't have to be your sex, but
Right,
it was
right.
just like when I was
Yeah,
listening to
okay.
the last couple of podcasts, and I was like, I mean, they were fun, but I was like,
Where's the sex part?
Where's the sex? Like,
So I
Brent's
won't-
all about the sex
I won't
part.
put
Yeah,
the
I
name
mean,
out
Brent
yet.
it's
'cause
the first part of the pod. Like the sex is
It
the
does
number
say
one.
sex. That
Yeah.
is
It says
literally the
sex.
first thing.
Yeah, I fully support that. So it's not official, but we have our first sponsor for Sex, Love, and Injectables, and it happens to be a company that is heavily involved in women empowerment through
Sex
sexual
toys.
enhancement and toys.
Sex toys.
And-
Okay.
No way
And
to
I think-
empower a woman than a nice dildo.
I mean, Bob, battery operated boyfriend. Like, what else do you need if you're single?
That's why she
Not
called
having
me that.
sex.
Okay.
We used to use
So-
Bob for something completely different.
Sorry about that, guys. You'll never forget it. So, yeah, but I think with that, there's going to be more content related to topics regarding sex, but I think it's going to be more in a fashion of talking about sexual dysfunction because a lot of women and men suffer with that. And I want to empower people to have life is too short for bad sex, period.
Wait, so when you're saying sexual dysfunction, are you talking about like
Everything.
whiskey dick? type?
Whiskey dick is
Syrup dick.
definitely.
Denny's
Can
dick.
they,
Okay,
can,
whiskey-
can they not come to you
whiskey
for like a
dick-
filler? A nice little.
No, whiskey dick
Oh,
nice
is
little pump?
definitely
How's your
something
brother?
that you did to yourself, right?
Okay,
That's
yeah.
something that you can prevent on your own, but sometimes it's
Yeah,
hard.
I don't. That's why I don't drink whiskey anymore.
But no, I mean, there's erectile dysfunction. Women have painful intercourse. Some women have never had an orgasm and they're in their 30s and 40s. Like these are women.
Moment
They
of
need
silence.
help.
Yeah, moment of silence.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean those are the target that I'm trying to reach. So it's not in a vulgar way or a raunchy way,
Yeah.
but I do think
So you're
that
trying to help sex.
yeah, I think normalizing healthy sex lives is huge. It needs to be done.
Sex
So-
is natural. Sex is good. Not
Sex is
everyone does
good.
it, but
Yeah.
everyone should.
Everyone should.
Everybody should.
So do you review the sex toys? Do you or no?
I don't. No, I mean,
okay, so they give you
Review?
sponsorship because I was thinking
I mean, I
would
would.
help them out. I would give them a
Should do
review.
a
and be
YouTube,
like,
a YouTube demonstration.
I mean, I was just wondering,
and
yeah.
show it how it works.
I mean,
You want them to
it's-
send you?
it's-
They want
sample?
you to mail you a dildo, Jesse, and
Just
then
to
you
try it
review
out.
it.
I'll
And then you
I'll
just
try
rate
it out.
it.
you're gonna use your.
I might use it
your
on
thong,
me. I
your-
might use
have
it
your thong
like,
on too when you
have
do
like
it.
a few different things going, but
A few
yeah, I
different
don't-
things.
I'm like, I'm not opposed to it.
On the
Just-
next episode.
right. We're
How
gonna
many
find
things
out.
does he have? Like,
Yeah,
hey,
a few things,
he's
man,
like
you
he's
know?
DJing and he's got a dildo and a thong and.
Yeah.
a
I mean,
bottle of
I'm
tequila.
not, I'm not
am I right?
opposed to talking about that because I do think that, women partaking in that activity should also be normalized as well.
Yeah.
It's an intimate thing that we should all be doing. It's fun. So it's a good time. But it's unofficially official, so I don't know the details to which, my involvement is going to be more to speak out, to promote them because I do think that they're a great company.
So how long have you been an injectionist? How long have you been doing it?
For 5 years.
5 years. Do you have like elder statesmen that you've talked to before you got started into this business, like people that you knew that was already doing it, like let's say like pre-social media, like anybody
Right.
like that? Like how much has it gone from like when it was like 30 and 40-year-olds that were getting it, and then in the like mid 2000s to now where you're probably getting younger?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Women trying to get-
younger girls are definitely trying to get more aesthetic treatments
How young are we talking about?
in their 20s.
Yeah.
But I'm a very realistic injector. If you're 20 and you're asking for Botox and filler, I'm going to tell you to go home, but I'm going to give you some tools to keep you looking the way that you
You're
are.
literally gonna,
So
you're turn
they're
down.
going to come
Yes.
with their credit card.
Yeah, you're gonna turn down.
And
the
you're
money.
like,
Absolutely, because I'm trying to
damn,
build a
Fort
relationship.
Fort Worth is different.
It's different.
Fort Worth is different.
But
Dallas would
I'm
probably
trying
just swipe
to.
that card.
They
Yeah.
would, but I'm trying to build a relationship with that
that's good.
client until the day that they decide that they no longer want treatment. So if I can give them tools to keep them looking, as natural and beautiful as possible until the point that they actually need Botox.
Yeah.
Because what you're talking about is basically me stealing their money.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
business, and that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people do. Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
really great that you don't.
Yeah.
So then what are the
I
tools that
think-
you give them when they come to you? You clearly give them like maybe some product or whatever to use, so they don't.
For
need-
sure.
what-
Yeah.
what
And
are-
they, I
what are
mean,
those?
they can still come see me for facials, and there's other treatments that they can do to maintain. But I mean, ultimately in business, yes, there's a lot of scam artists, but that will bite you in the ass at some point. So I'm going to be the most honest provider that you can get, because I think my financial success is completely due to the fact that my clients trust me. And, I can give them, I tell a lot of people no, and I help a lot of people at the same time. So yeah, I'm not in the business of taking money, because I'm not a rotating door. I want people to come see me forever.
So, I know you were talking about earlier about growing or aging gracefully, so to speak. And a lot of people are big into like, I want to look like my age,
Right.
and if it causes wrinkles, so be it. I want to age
Right.
gracefully. So getting it done, year after year. At what point do you say, okay, I'm 65? Like,
Right.
I should probably look 65. I'm a grandma now or whatever.
Oh,
like,
well, what does
like,
65
hang on,
look like?
hang
Juan?
on.
Right.
And so you're like, should I, stop doing it, or should I still try to, have that face that
Right.
looks like I'm 30, 35
No,
years old?
this is great. My approach to this is that I'm going to be your partner in this relationship. I'm going to help you, and we're going to prioritize things based on what you're feeling insecure about. If you're 65 and you've never had treatment before, then we're going to have a little bit more of a come to Jesus conversation, because most likely your expectations aren't going to be met with a non-surgical approach. So either, punt to surgical, but like with what you were saying, if they've been seeing me for a long time and at 65, they're like, what, I'm okay with this line. Then we're okay with that line.
What about you?
For
What about
me,
you? Are you gonna
all of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight the fight. I'm gonna look like this forever. I don't want to look like the before picture. I just want to stay the same.
Yeah.
Which I know
So
is
you're like
not.
the Matthew McConaughey of injectors.
But I mean, this is not realistic, right? And that's a lot of injectors suffer from body dysmorphia disorder, which we're looking in the mirror constantly. So we're always criticizing and critiquing what we see on our own selves. So, a lot of that is just managing, again, expectations. So for myself, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to get to a point where it's too much, because I do have accountability people in my life that would tell me if they're like, hey, you went too big on the lips this time.
Yeah.
But I mean, even as far as surgical goes, I'm all for doing things that are going to help you feel better, as long as it's for a healthy reason.
Okay. Jesse?
So yeah, I have a question, because you said something in there, and I was seeing a girl, and she was 21, and she was getting all of it done. And she said that she was doing it as a preventative, so that she doesn't have any issues.
Gotcha.
And you said, a girl in her 20s, you would turn her right,
Right.
and say, hey, it's probably isn't a good idea.
Very
Is-
subjective. So, if very rare chance, if they're 21 and they have been putting Crisco on their body since they were 10 to go tan every summer,
This is her, yes.
paired with maybe smoking, bad lifestyle habits,
All of
bad
the above. Yep.
genetics,
Yep.
and she already she has lines that stay whenever she's not making expressions, then absolutely. There's always going to be outliers in every situation. But for the most part, the majority of people start Botox treatment in their mid-20s and beyond.
No.
Do you have do you injectionists have like rivals? Do you have like a rival injectionist that you're
I
like,
mean-
oh fuck that fucking
Injector.
yeah, that injector over there in Richardson.
She
Ashley
used both
Schaefer.
hands. She's like
Oh,
ambidextrous.
don't call yourself an MD.
I
We all
mean,
know.
I think that anytime somebody has a rival, it's a reflection of their own insecurities. And I'm 35 years old. I'm old enough to where there are times where I'm like, man, they're really good. And there's some people that are really hateful and have said, bad things about me. And this is any industry. I'm very big on keeping keep doing what you're doing and keep growing and being successful. The more successful you get, the more haters you're going to get. Our industry is very much like high school. There are a lot of, little stupid conflicts and people competing.
Oh, you went to Heather? Have fun with that.
Yes.
Tell you about Heather.
Let me tell you about her. So, but anytime anybody's ever come into my room and talked bad about another injector, my response is always neutral, because that shit bites you back in the ass.
Oh yeah.
It's such a small world, so it's always going to come back.
What's your response?
So
Chick-fil-A should be open on Sunday.
It should be open on Sunday. No, like if somebody comes to me and, let's say that their lips are overfilled and we have to dissolve them.
Yeah.
And they start talking about, I knew it, like I shouldn't have gone there. Unless it's Groupon. I'll talk shit on Groupon all day. Come at me, Groupon.
They got some great specials.
all
This
day.
next segment is brought to you by Groupon.
They have some great deals
Bye.
on Groupon.
Oh.
Man, you want to get an oil change just like that? Go to Groupon.
But now, like if somebody comes and they want their they want their lips corrected and fixed, and they start talking trash on the injector that did it, my response is, I've done it too. We're injectors, but we're
The
human.
high road.
The high road is always the best road to take. It's taken me a long time to get here. I'm not perfect.
I was about to say,
I
like
used to
every
talk
answer
shit
that
all
you've
the
given
time.
so far has been, I'm like, God,
Very
damn,
political.
Like, just like so,
Yeah.
like great, like it's like the right answer.
But I mean,
It's like you have a
that's-
podcast or something.
It's like I have a podcast. But no, I mean, it's true.
Censored.
It's. I think that if you take the high road, then like people are going to look at you and see what you're doing and I want to be a model for other injectors. I want to train other injectors and help other injectors, because I think the better injectors we have, the better patient outcomes are going to be. And there's always enough people for everybody, because everybody's aging. It's inevitable. This is a very non-economical. It's an economy-proof position. It's never going to go away.
So, I mean, speaking of injections, my question is, what am I putting in my forehead? What am I doing?
Oh, yeah.
What's going in here?
Yeah, I want to know.
What am I doing?
Don't you worry about that one.
Don't worry about
don't worry
that.
about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's 4 different. Okay, so Botox is I use it blanketly.
You don't have to talk slow though.
Yep.
We're not very smart.
got you.
Hold on, let me.
And also
These
hungover.
notes.
Yeah, it makes it worse. So we're saying Botox, but there's 4 products on there. It's an activated protein,
Okay.
and that doesn't even matter. You don't even need to write that down.
Activated.
All you need to know is it's
PR.
not, it's less harmful than ibuprofen, because some people think like, oh, it's rat poison. It's not rat
Okay.
poison.
Wait,
Alright.
ibuprofen is rat poison?
No, let me go back a little
Okay.
bit. Let me slow it down a little more.
Shit. Yes.
So Botox is safer than ibuprofen.
Oh.
So
okay.
just trying to prove the safety
All
of
right.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And what
No, man.
Botox is, it's an inactivated protein. So it's inactivated. The problem is it's called botulinum toxin, and people hear toxin and think automatically
yeah.
they're putting
Poison.
in
Yeah,
their face.
yeah.
That's a long word.
But
too.
it is, I know. It was hard for me to say it after these 2 drinks too, so I'm quite impressed with myself. So when you take a piece out of something that's toxic, it becomes inactivated.
Okay.
So now it's not toxic anymore. So all you have to know is all it's doing, this is going to be tough, okay? It's
Hold on.
blocking
Yep.
that neurotransmitter from causing the muscle to contract. So to dumb it down, it makes it to where your muscles don't contract. And you can vary
So to
the
dumb
response.
it down even more, your muscles just don't move.
You can vary it based on the dosage. So we can give you a little bit more natural movement. My biggest concern is just making sure that you're not causing lines with those expressions, because that's what's going to cause them to stay over time.
Okay.
So you guys could really capitalize on the male clientele if you just inject like biceps into guys. They're just jacked.
Let me dumb it down a little bit more.
Whoa.
So,
Yeah, you got to really do it for Brent.
God, we were so.
Or
so
she's
dumb.
like, let me just change the subject. How about that?
okay, so if you are going to the gym and you're working out, what's going to happen with your muscles?
It's going to hurt sore as hell.
But then the outcome is you get
Great.
It's well
bigger,
It's
you
swole.
get bigger
Yeah.
muscles.
Swole.
If you stop going to the gym, what's that going to cause your
Atrophy.
muscles to do? Atrophy,
Yeah.
which is just a fancy
Like a
term
big
for
word,
your
Juan. I
muscles
know.
Nice.
get smaller. So Botox, we're causing that muscle not to work. So over time, it's going to cause that muscle to thin out and atrophy. So I could put it in your Botox if you're trying to be like, super skinny and you don't want muscles.
Yes, it's anti.
It's great
Okay.
for like tension.
good for,
Some
like,
people put it
hipsters.
in their deltoids to help with that tension from being stressed out all day. But a little bit goes a long way for that.
Would you suggest everyone should get a little Botox?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I don't, you know what? I was thinking I probably won't, because I want to be able to like do the rock eyebrow.
Okay.
You know,
But
Yeah,
I
how
think
did
you
the-
I
can-
can't.
You can still do
can't
that.
do that anymore.
Does
right?
he do that anymore? Maybe he started getting Botox.
He can't.
No,
Like the
you
old
know what?
wrestler
You know what? He
days,
probably
like,
doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he
But
can't.
you can control that, so you just do a lighter for guys.
Could you just make it permanently up?
I wouldn't. I would not recommend that.
You're talking about facial expressions.
Yeah.
Can I just get like these? Like they're
He is
always
always
up
so
and they're-
surprised
Always-
at everything.
always
always look
surprised.
so
Like
happy.
the
Always
Joker.
surprised.
Yeah, like Jack Nicholson.
No, I mean, I feel like so a lot of guys I only treat in between the brows and leave the forehead movement because this is that angry
I
face.
never even looked. I don't even know.
Juan,
what it-
you
I don't-
are you're
Is it? I
all
don't know.
good, bud.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
it looks
we
like.
all
See,
know.
Juan,
Juan.
No,
we
I
know.
know.
Can
We
we
know
say it?
Juan.
No.
You've aged very well.
There's wrinkles. No, I never even looked at my forehead before, like from wrinkle standpoint.
I don't
know.
want to be the one to say it, but
There's
we all know
wrinkles.
black
We
don't
have black
crack.
don't crack. I was,
Yeah.
gonna, I
Well,
was,
speak-
I was
well,
waiting
speak-
for somebody else.
Well,
to say
speaking
it
of, like,
first.
do you have any African American?
I do.
Black? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Males?
I love.
Do you
yes.
just look at him and shake your
Males?
head and you tell them to get out
No,
too? Like, just get your black ass out of here.
And I love my African
No, Juan, 'cause
American
that would be
clients.
racist.
I mean, it's the conversation's different. Is that you have more? I might mess this up. I think it's melanocytes.
Yep.
So with that, you get less sun damage, and sun is one of the most common reasons that people age. So with my African American clients, we're still able to do a preventative dose because over time you're still going to get a little bit of fine wrinkles, but the dose is definitely adjusted and the treatment plan is definitely adjusted. The biggest thing is the volume loss is still there. So even though you're not seeing as much, exterior fine lines and wrinkles, you're still losing volumes and getting more of these folds, these smile lines.
Yeah.
Which smiling is great, but if you can soften it and just make it look refreshed, everybody benefits from it. But it's all individualized.
I
It's
don't
not
mind.
a
I wouldn't mind
one
playing
stop
around
shop.
with it just to see what happens.
Yeah, it's just
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
The worst that can happen, it goes away in 3 months if you don't like it. So
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you said that because my question was going to be, if you do it once and just to play around with it, as Juan said, and then you stop, are you going to see like negative
Worse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
worse results. Are you going to look
this
worse?
is what happens. You don't look worse. You're just going to see those lines again. So the reason why people feel addicted to it after,
because
not
they
addicted,
look better, and then
because
they,
they
go,
look
oh, now I
better.
look like shit again.
Yeah, and they want to maintain
this
that.
is good. This
Damn.
is great.
That's so
So
bad.
so right now for all you people that are not watching, there's Mickey Rourke.
Bless his
Mickey
heart.
Rourke was he was a heartthrob, right? Back in the
Yeah.
like in the
I
80s, like
think-
he was.
I think
And he was, I mean,
Yeah.
and
Good-looking
he's still
guy.
still a great actor, but he
Yeah.
was a hard. I think he like started boxing and stuff, so that's why he started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some
I
work
mean,
done.
like
He's
this
had a
is
lot,
if
But
this
he
is
looks
your
like
tip-
he looks like a 70-year-old Highland Park housewife.
Okay,
Yep.
but first off, if he's 70, like you do you, whatever. It's like Joan Rivers, like you do you. But this is
Rest
a
in peace.
classic case of
R.I.P.
I know, rest in peace. Classic case of overfilled face syndrome mixed with a really bad facelift, really bad acne scarring, and I don't know who the fuck did his lips. It's just none of this is good. So I mean, if this were my client, I would dissolve all of that out. And the fact is, when you're an actor and you're in the spotlight all the time, you're
Yeah.
going to be more self-conscious.
Absolutely.
So that's why I
what's
like
going
that.
on
Eric
with
Stoltz
happen.
from
the
The
jaw?
Mask.
What's going on with the jawline that he's got going on
Is
there?
that part of that facelift?
Mm,
Is
I-
that
It's like
so like you see where like pockets down there. That's
yeah, I see
his
those pockets.
his fat
Yeah.
pads are falling.
Oh, fat
yeah,
pads.
right here. So this guy right here. So he's got, first of all, it's excess skin still. There's fat pads that are falling. So he has nasolabial folds. He's
I'm sorry.
duck
Could
facing
you
that
could you
picture.
say that in English? What?
Smile lines,
Oh, okay.
nasolabial folds, not the vagina.
Oh.
I know labial.
I was
Sorry,
wondering
guys.
why his face looked like a vagina.
But no, I mean this is unfortunately somebody that has had way too much treatment, and
Yeah.
he probably had unrealistic expectations because he's in the spotlight all the time, and he,
Well,
I'd probably send him to the therapist.
Oh
Ooh,
my
Carrot
God.
Top.
and Carrot Top.
Jesus.
I had a conversation about
God,
the
when
arch.
did he turn into a?
The
Do you
Joker.
remember when the
17-year-old girl?
arch was the thing? Well, like the eyebrows with
Okay,
all the girls were
So,
getting the eye.
the skin looks better. The
Yeah.
skin looks better. So we'll start with the positive. He's wearing eyeliner now, so his
Do you
What
do
are
you
those eyebrows?
like? I know that
the eyebrows that's really bad Botox and maybe a brow lift.
Brow lift.
That's
Okay.
not
a
natural.
brow lift.
That's not natural at all. That's the Spock
That's a
brow.
lot of cocaine too.
So if you
He looks very woke right there.
we talk about we're very woke.
Well, his-
literally, he's awake forever.
He is
tongue
awake
is
for
his
the whole weekend right
lip
there.
in the first one.
We were talking about not talking bad about other injectionists. What if there's a bad injection, like she's or he or she or whoever, like just bad, they fuck you up? You wouldn't tell them like, hey, don't go to such and such. Like they're gonna fuck you up.
Well, I won't say that. What I will say is, hey, if you're going to start treatment with me, we need to stay in a committed relationship.
Yeah, don't be bouncing around for
Right.
prices and Groupons.
And we know when you come back and you have like an eyebrow that goes to Jesus that you went and saw somebody else.
eyebrow to Jesus.
That's the second Jesus reference.
I know.
Yeah.
Happy
Praise
Easter,
Jesus.
everyone.
If you could turn that eyebrow into wine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I feel like it's gotta be a crazy field right now because I would imagine it's getting to the point where there's a lot of injectionists, right? So how do you stand out amongst your peers? First of all, you're in Fort Worth, so
Yeah.
you get that aspect.
You
which
stay
is good.
consistent and you maintain your level of badass and work hard.
Is that on your business card?
It
Social
should
media
be.
too, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that
Social
the
media,
other part?
social
Like,
media is incredible,
the gram?
but I think the best thing still, as it always has been, is word of mouth and referrals. You know, if you're doing right by your clients, you're going to be successful with any line of business that you do. If you hustle, you wake up and you grind and you work your ass off and, you know, you do right by your clients, you're going to be successful. My niche is that, number one, natural beauty driven. I'm in Fort Worth. We have a lot of women that are scared to look unnatural. But the second part of that is, you know, just I will never tell my client to do something that they should not do. And I've never had, knock on wood, I've never had an
It's not
issue
real
with that. Knock
I'm
on
kidding.
whatever
No, it
the
is.
fuck
It
that
is real
like
wood.
lame. Okay, whatever it is, I'm knocking on it.
This is
It's the
not from
closest thing.
IKEA.
I'll
But
also say you should probably like throw like an event party, hire a DJ.
The injection party.
I
Yeah.
did an injection party in South Lake, and man, I was like, oh, this is gonna be weird.
not weird, right?
Really fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everyone was just
Injecting.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
they
they
really
were
loved.
throwing out,
They really
like,
loved party songs.
free
Yeah.
stuff and
Okay,
Botox
like the
and all.
injector parties.
Just throwing
are
out
always a
Botox?
good
yeah,
time.
they were throwing out free stuff like that.
You get some
Yeah.
Botox. Here,
Yeah.
get some
Botox. You get some
Botox.
Botox.
It's,
And they paid
it's
very
Oprah.
well.
I mean, it's like
So,
the
wow.
episode of Oprah. But no, I think injectors, we know how to get.
Yeah.
If you ever look at any kind of aesthetic show, everybody's dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
And then by 1 o'clock, everybody is just
Yep.
shit canned. It's great.
Yep.
I love
Lots
for
of
those.
shots.
I want to go to an injector party. Ryan, you should throw an injector party at the Virgin. That should be your next one.
There you go.
You just threw a dope ass.
Ryan is not a Vinny.
I'm working on that.
Ryan gives
he
you
look-
Ryan's
he's super
so pissed
excited.
at me.
Don't give any.
Guys, listen, I was late today. I forgot some paintings. I had to go back and get them, and I was late, and I'm very sorry. Ryan's pissed. We're going to have
Feels
a
like
long talk.
the guy behind
Yeah,
you.
Larry. Yeah,
feel like Larry
yeah,
Davis.
He's like, you know. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to everyone. Most of you, Ryan. Love you.
We're not mad.
It's all good.
Just disappointed.
I want to talk about Fort Worth, though,
Let's do it all
Ooh.
day.
because
You see how she always getting defensive? You see
No,
that?
no, no.
She's like,
We
what,
feel
what,
like
you-
what?
what
Listen.
you got to say about Fort Worth?
listen, and we won't go long on this because I know we don't want to be Dallas driven too much, but most of the people listen are in Dallas and Fort Worth. I grew up in Arlington, so I grew up going to Fort Worth all the time. And I think in Dallas, like, we love Fort Worth. Like, we're always like, I fucking love Fort Worth. I just don't like driving there.
Well, yeah, it's
But-
getting there
but-
and coming back.
Yeah,
Especially with alcohol in the
right,
system.
right. But
Oh,
people
yeah.
in Fort Worth go, fuck Dallas.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
they
true.
don't want to fuck with Dallas at all.
That's true, and I think a lot of that has to do with the culture of Fort Worth is very small town city, and you know we all it's
Y'all.
it's a y'all, but no, I mean
I ain't going to that big city. Hell no.
That traffic
you
is a
You want me
mess.
to be the most transparent that I can be? The judgment to Dallas is it's $30,000 millionaires,
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And in
That's what
Fort
everyone
Worth,
says.
we make 20.
And we're proud of it.
and in Fort Worth,
I'm
Worth
kidding, I'm
actually
kidding.
has more money than Dallas. But the difference is,
Ooh.
you can look it up.
Oh! All right. You can look it up.
The difference is
per
is that
capita, doesn't
and,
count.
and I'm not speaking for myself because you know when I make my first $1 million, I'll probably spend it on something fucking stupid, but
30,000 injections.
probably but
Bottle service.
but a lot of old money is in Fort Worth, and you wouldn't be able to tell. They still talk to you the same, and so I felt like my experience here, and this is not a blanket statement by any means. Like,
No, we love making blanket statements here.
Okay,
You put
good.
a blanket on
Make
Jesse already.
a
You put another
fucking
one.
blanket statement.
but
Yeah.
I feel like anytime I'm here, I have to dress to the nines to go to 7-Eleven.
That's fair.
God bless Dallas.
You do. You have to dress up to go to 7-Eleven.
Okay, you know what? I don't have to do that in Fort Worth, and I'm here for that life.
It's not like that everywhere. I don't think you. I mean, depending on where
Deep Ellum,
you
you
go.
can do
Yeah.
whatever you
Yeah,
want.
in Deep Ellum, there's outside of every 7-Eleven is a homeless person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
7-Eleven
not-
on Malcolm X, you don't have to dress to the nines over there.
Yeah, you probably
Right.
don't want to go in there.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I have friends in Dallas. Like, I do try to avoid it like a plague, only because of the drive. It's the same issue with the drive. The drive is a lot. But I do have friends here, and so I've met a lot of really cool people. I think that there's a lot of fun things and adventures to do in Dallas. I just feel like in Fort Worth, it is that more just. It's a hometown vibe. I don't know how else to explain it, and it's one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S.
I love how everyone talks about their city. They always they say
It's
that
the best.
fastest
It's
growing-
the fastest
the fastest growing city.
It's the best
in the
growing.
U.S.
My city is so fast.
It's the
growing
best.
One thing
super
about
fast.
Allen is one of the
It's so
fastest
fast.
growing cities in
You've
the
never
U.S.
seen. We have a football stadium.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you about Pleasant Grove. It is the
Yeah.
fastest growing city
All of it.
in the U.S.
I just want to meet all these rich people in Fort Worth. Like,
Yeah.
damn,
They all have cattle.
Just go to
We're
Colonial or
we're looking for
Rivercrest.
sponsors and
Yes.
money. I guess we
It's
need
not
to go.
cattle, no,
Cowboy
it's
hats.
land.
Yeah.
Look
Land.
for your cowboy hats. That's a good start. I feel like.
Yeah.
No?
I'll talk to you the same, Jesse.
That's exactly how we talk to everybody.
Here we go.
It's
The
so
stockyards.
accurate.
Going down to the stockyards and Joe T's.
I don't think that's the right accent.
That's a very.
It
That's
started
way
strong.
south.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
started
yeah.
strong
That's
though.
deep.
Can we
South.
talk about how Joe T's is still cash only?
Can we talk about how
It's
Joe
ge- it's
T's
genius.
is good for the patio only and the food is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, the
Whoever
patio.
goes inside.
Okay.
Whoever goes inside of that place.
You don't go there for the food.
No, you go for the patio.
Yeah.
Go for the patio.
But it's a genius. It's I do wish Dallas had something like Joe T's.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing about that, and that's another thing. Like I think a lot of Dallas people, we were like, man, Joe T's is dope. Like
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Joe T's and go out to Fort Worth for a night. It's just worrying about getting back, and then when we're there, like we have fun. And I think it's like almost like the Houston Dallas complex.
Right.
It's like for us, we're like, hey, what's up, Fort Worth? We like you in Fort Worth. Like fuck off, like fuck off, Greg.
No, I really do. I think we have like shirts that say "Don't Dallas or Fort Worth." We're mean.
But
Yeah, so
Fort Worth
who's
is
the
starting to get some clubs? They're
where's
starting to
the-
get some clubs.
Yeah,
with,
they're starting to get very
They're
Dallas-y.
starting to get very.
Seventh
I've been to
Street.
7th
I know.
Street.
I've noticed
Yeah.
that.
7th Street.
That's
Yeah.
the cesspool of Fort Worth.
Oh,
As
that
as
was-
a
I
DJ,
say that, but I go to the
Cesspool.
cesspool a lot.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
I can't really talk on
Dip
it.
your toe in the pool.
All the time, yeah. No, all the time. I love me some like hooky.
What?
Hooky. It's a bar.
Hooky.
Okay.
It's kind of
What?
like I don't think
What?
you guys would know this either. Like Neon Moon. Has anybody ever heard of Neon Moon? in here?
Moon. No?
Neon Moon. It's
Neon Moon.
basically it's a club that plays country music, but then they'll mix in like some hardcore hip hop. It's the best thing
So
ever.
basically, like Red River, Cowboys
Yeah,
Red
Red-
River.
Cowboys
I guess
River,
so.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a weekend there on the 10th. I'm going to see a show at Billy Bob's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Bob's
Nice,
is
have
great.
fun.
So I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Then
Go
you
on.
just
I'm-
report back.
I'm gonna wear a hat too.
A cowboy hat.
Yeah,
Oh.
the black.
Are you gonna wear
Cowboy
your
hat
Are you gonna
from-
wear your man thong?
I'll wear the man thong. Also my boots and a
They're gonna love that. in
poinsettia
there.
shirt. I got
Yeah.
a poinsettia shirt. It's like
Can you record it?
You might
Yeah.
get your ass
Okay,
I'm
kicked.
gonna do a bit. I'll do a bit for the show. We'll do a bit.
Okay, we'll
That'll
see.
be great.
We'll see if he remembers.
All right. Well, speaking of bit, we got something for you. We like to play a game with our hosts. Okay, so
I'm ready.
and we're shooting from the hip when it comes to these games. We're just making them up as we go along.
Yeah.
So this week the show is called "I Like It Like That."
Okay.
All right. So we got 3 rounds. Okay. So the first round is going to be we're going to role play a date scenario
Okay.
in which you're going to ask each of us. We're all going to go on a date with you. You're going to ask each of us what do we do for a living, and then
All
we're
right.
going to tell you what we do for a
That's
living.
the worst question, but okay,
and,
go
and
ahead.
then as we tell you what we're gonna do for a living, you're gonna have to engage with us, and then out of all 3, you decide which one was the most engaging as far
Okay.
as their profession.
It's
all right.
been a while, but
Go
I'm
ahead
ready.
All right. So we flip the
Or a
coin
little bit.
backstage, and we're gonna start with Jesse.
Oh,
All right. So we're gonna start with Jesse, and we're gonna start now.
Jesse,
hello. How are you?
hi. What do you do for a living?
I created Kids Bop.
That's it. Okay. That was the okay. Next.
What is that? No,
Oh, you want to engage?
yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Okay.
what-
Tell me more about Kids Bop.
Oh man, I make about $500,000 a year. I
Okay.
tour. and I am in bed by 10. But I play songs for 7 to 8-year-olds. I mean 7 to 12. Sorry.
Creepy.
But they rock hard.
What do you do for
Even
fun?
more creepy.
What do I do for fun? I'm a taxidermist.
Go on.
Tell me more about that, though.
I like to stuff dead animals.
That's great. I love dead animals.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what are your hobbies other than stuffing dead animals? Like, do you go out ever?
I do.
When you have free time?
Fort Worth, mainly.
That's the best thing that I've heard all night.
Oh, wow.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm uncomfortable. Can we move on to the next person?
Dead animals, 7 to 12-year-olds. Okay. All right, Jesse.
All right. Okay. I guess we'll go to me.
Follow that up.
Yeah, I know,
Good
right?
luck.
Jesus.
All right, and we're on a date.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going very well.
The weather is so beautiful here.
It is. I love it here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah?
Yes.
When
yes.
did you move here?
I'm just visiting. Just visiting.
So you don't even live here?
No. I'm just visiting for a little bit. I'm looking for a queen. I want to come back to Nigeria and continue my career.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I promise I'll be back.
Okay. I think you're pulling my finger, and so I'm just gonna go with you.
Oh, great. Well, while we're hearing this great conversation here, what do you do for a living?
I am I don't know how you guys would say it here, but I am in the rodeo business. I am a clown rodeo. I'm in the rodeo clown. I think you call it rodeo clown. So that's what I do. I am a Nigerian rodeo clown.
How
I
often-
save people lives. I save lives.
How do you? Oh, yes.
People
from the
fall
bulls.
and the bulls come and I rescue
So
all of them.
heroic.
I come from a lone line of rodeo clowns.
That's amazing.
My father
So
was a rodeo clown.
yeah.
His father,
What's your clown name?
rodeo clown. I go by him.
Him?
Yes.
Can I just?
Get him. And I come and I rescue. I got a long lineage. This is not funny.
Long lineage.
I'm not
Of
laughing.
rodeo clowns.
I
I feel
actually-
like there's something comical that is
I have
in your head.
Tourette's, and
Yes.
so I randomly laugh.
You would actually be
really
a great rodeo
inappropriate.
clown
You think so?
because your reactions would be very fast.
Yeah, I just don't make fun of my disability. It's so random happens sometimes. So, what's your work schedule like?
When the rodeo starts, then I go save lives.
I think
When the rodeo's over, I don't save lives
I
anymore.
think there's a George Strait song about this. That's great. It was so great to meet you.
It's very nice meeting you. You need to come to one of my shows.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your number and I'll call you.
Okay, it's a lot of numbers.
That's fine.
So it may
You
not
get-
fit in your
You can, however many
machine.
fit in there, I'll definitely give you a call.
Sounds good. Wakanda forever.
Yes.
Okay. Hey.
$5 for you.
All right, Brent, you're up.
Oh, God.
Do you do the?
She's
We're,
gonna-
we're on a date.
Yeah, you
Okay,
ready?
we're on a date.
What's going on, man?
What's up? How's it going?
Shit, man. Just counting my old money, man.
Counting your old money?
It was a lot to count, man. I'm from Fort Worth.
Yeah.
From over off 820 and 35, man.
You sound like you have like 5 ex-wives right now already.
Hey, man, who's judging, man?
Not
that
me.
means 5 women loved me at one point, and I just had to move on.
I love
They were
that
group
about you.
bond.
I'm so glad that you're able to move on so quickly. That's such growth.
Tell me about yourself, though. Enough
mean-
about me. What do you do?
You know what? Let's just turn this back around. You tell me first, because it sounds like you have a way more interesting story than I do.
Well, I'm a high school football coach, man.
And you have that's sounds like you're
Hey,
definitely
state
counting
title winner, 3A,
money. Yeah.
Alito.
Oh, Lido.
Tell me about you, though, man. What do you do? Something with faces, man. I can tell.
You know what? I'm sure you know all about this. I do Botox and
Hell
filler.
yeah, man. Hell yeah. I put that in my shake in the mornings, right?
Yeah, you drink it straight every
It's
morning
a,
at 8.
what is it? It's a one of them supplements?
Uh-huh.
Sups?
Yep.
Hell yeah,
Yep.
man.
That's exactly what it is.
Hell yeah.
What's your Enneagram?
Man, I'm a Libra.
That's amazing. It turns out I looked up our horoscopes. We definitely are not compatible.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
What's yours?
Capricorn.
No, that's right in line. Is that the 69 one?
No, it's definitely not. It's
Okay.
the opposite of it. It's the
96?
They like move away from each other all the time.
Yeah, that's 96.
It's a no.
Hell, I won a state title in 96.
I have nothing.
And scene.
Okay.
All right. Good
That
job,
was so
guys.
good.
Good job.
Man, it's all three winners for me.
No,
so-
you gotta pick one.
No, I'll pick one.
You gotta pick-
I just wanted to give credit to each one of you because it's I think I've had dates worse than these, which is it makes me feel a little I'm kind of sad right now. So if I had to pick one, I would probably go with the clown one because I think that we'd see each other the least amount of time.
Picked.
Yes. All right. So
always
1
wins.
point for me. No, wait a minute. 1 point for me. Okay, we're going to round two. Now, round two,
Great.
we're going to give you a statement. We're going to give you a statement with a missing word or phrase.
Okay.
And so Brent and Jesse and myself, we're going to fill in. We're going to write out what we think that you should say.
Okay,
And then we're going to fill it in.
Our chance to use some filler?
Oh, very good. We're
that's
gonna
a
fill
good.
this in.
That's a strong pen.
And so you have to decide which one of ours that you would use
Okay.
in the statement.
Got
Okay?
it.
All right,
So-
guys, get your pens ready. We're going to write down the answer.
So what's okay?
All right, here we
So-
go.
Okay, there's
So,
two different. Okay, go ahead.
so the statement is, if you want me to go out with you, I need to see your blank. Guys, write your answers.
I only get to choose one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you ready, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want me to go out with you, I need to see your credit score.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, equal opportunist.
I think me and Jesse are the same. All right, Brent. If you want me to go out with you, I need to see your
Ass.
ass.
How's your ass?
How's your ass?
I said, if you want me to go out with you, I need to see your tax return.
Those are all good.
Okay.
All
So now
good.
fill in the blank with one of ours.
Legitimately, in my head, the first thing was credit score because it tells me how
Hey.
financially responsible you are.
And Jesse gets a point.
Which one do we do? There you go.
There you go.
right.
So it's 1-1.
Oh, wait. This was the fill in the blank for her to.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah. All right.
I
So
know. I was like, why?
Yeah, I didn't.
So you didn't pay attention to the group text either?
No, I did.
yeah, just read it wrong.
Damn.
All right.
I
So
read it wrong.
Jesse has one. I have one. Brent 0. All right, Brent. I'm gonna let you handle this one. This is the round number 2, where we call it round number 3. I'm sorry, where it's called this or that.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
you
yeah.
have to decide, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna guess which one you're gonna choose.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
All right. Give me one.
I
Brent.
did 3.
Okay. That's right. Great.
Okay. Number 1, Tulum or anywhere else.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for the. Oh, hang on. I'm going for it. Fuck it. I'm going for it.
Okay, let's see him.
Ah. All right, Jesse.
We're going.
Jesse said Tulum.
We're going
I-
to Tulum.
I said Tulum. You said.
Oh, you didn't do one.
What you got?
I'm doing this.
But
Well, no,
you
but
get-
which
you
one?
get-
Which one she
I
said?
chose anywhere else.
Okay.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere else. All right.
I also knew she was Fort Worth, so.
Oh, that's
yeah,
true.
Yeah, you gotta know your audience.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
do.
Funky.
All right. Brent gets a point. All right. So 1-1. Okay. Next one.
Tex-Mex or IG Flex.
Oh, this is easy.
You said that, and I thought you were talking about food at first. I heard Tex-Mex.
Okay.
I
Which
did
one?
say that. I
All right,
did say
which
that.
one?
Tex-Mex
Yeah.
or
IG Flex.
You have to clarify that.
Like somebody that maybe posts their 750 credit score on Instagram.
Okay. Or Mexican food.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Which one?
Mexican food.
Mexican
Tex-Mex.
food.
Boom.
All right.
That one was easy.
So-
Yeah.
But
So
this
here
is
it
the
is.
this is
You
the
guys-
this is the tough
You guys
one.
know, like, my favorite flour is flour tortillas.
Oh, nice.
Tacos are the way to my
Ooh, I
heart.
dig that.
Ooh.
Play on the spelling. there. I
Yeah,
see
that was
I see
that
what
was
you
a
did there.
difference.
Yeah.
That's
Lots
a
of carbs.
FL
Yeah. The
O
U.
U
Yeah.
R
W.
W.
Yeah. Q
Okay.
Apostrophe S. All right. Last one. It's 2-2. 2.
Also, this was before I knew that you had a boyfriend that was going to be in studio. So
Look how he's looking at you.
Surprise, Shorty!
I love the disclaimer.
but
This is great because this is the final answer. So the winner takes all here.
but Papa didn't raise a bitch. So butt plug or drug plug.
My God.
two different kinds of plugs.
I know
I don't
what
even
your
know what
answer
it-
would be, Brent, but
But what even is a drug plug?
Somebody that you get weed from, or
Oh, okay.
like
I
any
gotcha.
sort of. I mean, I guess really you could be a drug plug.
Yeah.
Okay,
Injector.
yeah.
All right, you say.
God, the PC person in me is like, I would choose. This is my pageant voice. I would choose. Sorry, I can't. Okay, PC
Oh.
version. I would choose the drug plug, and pick legal drugs.
We go.
Yeah.
We all pick drug plug.
I
So
knew.
technically
I
Juan
knew.
wins.
I
No,
knew.
let's do 3-3.
No, I knew that it would. I think if it wasn't PC though.
Maybe after the sponsor thing starts, then I can be like,
Yeah, I knew
butt
it.
plug sponsored
Oh,
by.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get butt plugs.
Not
to
yet.
Try.
Not yet.
She's working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3-3-3. So whenever there's a tie, you have to choose which one of us is your favorite.
Oh Jesus.
We all know the answer to this. He
Um,
does this every time.
You stop it. Stop trying to influence the guest, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so who in here? Okay, what's your favorite kind of foods?
oh,
There's
we
no,
need-
no. There's no answers.
Yeah, it helps
No.
me. It helps me pick the favorite.
No, you know who the favorite is, so just go ahead and say it.
I mean, you're my favorite because you were here first.
Of course.
Juan
Juan was punctual.
All right.
Punctual Juan.
So that's all we need to
Punctual.
hear.
He made me.
Punctual. We need to know.
Again,
How
happy Juan
Again,
is.
I want
I
to say I'm
am
sorry. I want to say I'm sorry to everyone, mostly Ryan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Juan-
God
Juan
damn
was
it.
my favorite too.
Oh,
Juan's
Same
everyone's
reason.
favorite.
Everyone loves Juan.
not last week. I had a 28-3 lead, and somehow I lost it, and Jesse became the favorite. I don't know how he took the lead, but he is the favorite. So as he puts the shades back on. So
I guess
Not
like
this
I
week.
just have like, do I have a massive sign that's like just shit on me? I just get like a
You're
massive.
just like
Oh.
a Ben Stiller.
Oh.
it's a good
kinda
point.
type,
Hey,
right?
think I'll take that.
Right?
That's the nicest
Wow.
thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
All right,
nice
well,
thing.
before we end, we talked about me having a Juan B Presents, and so we call it Juanisms.
Ooh.
So we're going to have our first installment of Juan B Presents. How about that? So Juan B Presents the Walk Around 6. Guys, look at me. I have some advice for you guys. If you're single, like Brent, don't go out there looking for 9s and 10s. Because first of all, 10s don't exist. They're unicorns. 9s, they're too fine, and they're probably crazy. What you want is a walk around 6. What that is, Juan? Let me tell you. A walk around 6 is a female that wakes up without makeup, sweats, your old high school t-shirt, and they walk around the house, and they're a 6. Okay?
So they're always walking.
Yes. They
You
walk
basically
around 6.
described tens in Fort Worth.
And so here's the thing, though.
Ooh, those are your words.
You give them 2 hours. You give them 2 hours in the bathroom, and their favorite outfit, they will be an 8. 8 is the magic number. In fact, most places, the 8 will be the hottest girl in the room, and she will not leave with Greg just because he has a bottle. So that is my version of a walk around 6. So that is Juan B Presents. You're welcome, America.
Do we golf clap now?
I do like that. I have some
Yeah.
questions.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry. We have to get a picture.
yeah, we have a delay.
Yeah.
Our audience is they're far away.
asleep.
They're
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah.
They were walking around looking for the 6.
Yeah.
So does the walk around 6 get Botox?
Ooh.
They could.
I would love to give feedback on this.
Do they become a 7 then? A walker? Are they a run around 7?
They're probably
Or an 8.
I think
after
the-
the
I
jog.
think-
Jogging 8?
I think your advice is okay.
Mhm.
It was good.
Okay.
It was strong effort. College try. I think
Whoa.
that there are a lot of women that are gorgeous that also fit that mold. They don't necessarily. First of all, don't number them, but they could be a 10 and also can walk around in a Cowboys football jersey or your t-shirt to sleep in. I'm very comfortable not wearing makeup. Now, am I a little crazy? Yes, I still think the crazy to hot scale exists. But don't worry about getting
Can you
a
go
6.
into that? The hotter you are, the crazier you are.
Yeah, I mean it's subjective, but I think we all have a little bit of craziness, and you
Don't
find
number it.
somebody that matches your energy.
Ooh,
It's those nines.
That's the new thing. Like, I'm just looking for someone to match my energy. Like, what
Yeah.
is like? But I don't know your fucking energy. Like, I'm trying to like.
Jesse knows the
But
energy.
that-
Good
that's-
energy. I'm all about
but
that
that's-
energy. Come on.
But that's why you don't
Yeah, no,
you don't do
true.
the cancel culture. You don't go conform to this like online dating shit where there's always a replacement. Like my rule is if I go on 2 dates with you, I'm exclusive with you. I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh
But
shit!
just personally, I'm not going to talk to anybody else so that I can
You hear
devote
that?
that time.
You hear that? Y'all are exclusive.
Oh, we've been exclusive.
Oh.
Oh, he
But-
knows. He's
But
like,
I'm
he knows.
gonna devote that time to get to know you to see if you match my energy. And what I mean by that, it's not like some astronomical weird like magnetized thing that's voodoo magic. It's just like I'm a very positive person. I require somebody that also has positive thinking because if I'm around negativity, I find myself getting drained too. Match my energy, match my passions. If I'm driven, I need somebody that's driven. I need somebody to push me on the days that I don't want to be pushed, and vice versa. You know, if I have a down day, like pick me up, and I want to help the other person too. So, you know, yeah, attractiveness counts, but just because they're 6, don't mean that they ain't crazy as shit.
Well,
Oh.
you should kick them to the curb.
We-
don't let it.
yeah,
don't let
we
it
know.
crazy 6.
Yeah,
No.
what is that? The next Juanism?
Yeah.
Walking around crazy 6.
No crazy
is,
6. No crazy
it takes you
6s.
down
No.
to.
Yeah,
Well,
you
the number scale. You said don't number them. I mean, I know that we're joking, but it, like that is. I mean, that's a
It's a
thing,
thing.
right?
Yeah,
it's a thing.
And-
So
and
can we
I- and I
can we
use it
both agree then
for
if we
sure.
don't number women anymore, then women won't ask for our credit score?
I think that men should ask for women's credit score as well.
Ooh, very. Oh, give me a pound on that one. All right.
Why are we trying to find a woman that we're financially needing to be responsible for?
That is called women empowerment right there.
Damn.
Women, work on that credit score.
See,
Yeah.
this is Fort Worth,
know.
man. Like the Fort Worth. Like okay, all right.
I've always been
You know what?
told that the Fort Worth chicks are way cooler than the Dallas
They-
chicks.
they-
Oh, yeah, for
I've
sure.
definitely heard
Way
that.
more approachable,
They
for
are.
sure.
The problem is the distance.
They're in
It's-
Fort Worth,
it's like
yes.
like if you meet someone
I don't
in there
know
in Fort,
why.
you're
Like, it's so funny.
And I'm
like,
not
you-
moving to Arlington.
Well, you
Yeah.
could date somebody
Hell
that's
no.
like a whole
Hell no.
ass
I live in
state
that
away.
division.
But if it's Dallas and Fort Worth, we're like,
Well, you can't catch a plane
you
from
can't
Fort
fly.
Worth to
No,
Dallas.
you can't.
But
You
what's
know?
funny is Fort Worth, or if you're like downtown, and you can go 30, you're actually closer than if they're in Allen.
Right.
But it's just like you just hear it, you're like, not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
this isn't gonna work for us.
It's like a DFW airport line.
Yep.
When
There
you
is.
cross that imaginary, it's like you know, like
you
an
cross
end zone.
Terminal A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
There's
you
that
go
north-south
"Ooh."
entrance.
Yeah, the
I've
car
had
gets a little
that.
shaky a little bit. You start
Yeah.
getting nervous. You know.
I've had that conversation with somebody where I'm like, "Are you sure you're willing to date somebody that lives in Fort Worth?" And then we were both like, "Oh no, it's not gonna work out."
Yeah.
Because it's more difficult. So, you know, you got to find somebody that, I don't know, again, it has to match your energy and also has to match your demographical.
Yeah.
Or know how to
Radius.
use the TRE.
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
match that old money, man.
Man.
I wish I had that.
Well, Heather, thank you for joining us. One more
So glad to be
time,
here.
look in the camera and tell people how do we find Heather and all of her good stuff.
Find me on social media. It's
Oh,
I'm
really?
like
Social
WW.
media. So
Yeah.
find me on the interweb.
Find
Yeah,
me
that's
on-
the most Fort Worth
I'm
thing you've
gonna
said.
On Instagram, it's at Injector_Heather. And follow, also go on to any podcast platform. It's Sex, Love, and Injectables. You can subscribe, leave me a rating. We talk about all kinds of fun stuff in a girl's perspective. So this has been good.
Oh, awesome. And be
Yeah.
sure to like and subscribe. I'll have a double on YouTube. And shout out to all of our listeners. We haven't forgot about you guys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Everywhere you find your podcast, we are there. We're really digging this YouTube thing, man.
Oh, yeah,
We're
for
getting
sure.
a lot of like feedback and people telling us that, you know, you guys are killing it. So
I
thank
was
you
just
guys.
really hoping to get Botox today. I thought we were gonna. I was
Well,
gonna
get
don't
some live
show up
Botox.
40 minutes
We should
late.
go and record it. I'll go with you, bud.
I'll come out. Yeah, we'll come out
Yeah,
to.
come to
We'll
Fort Worth.
come out and
record
we'll
it.
We'll film
yeah,
it.
we'll
Yeah.
film it and then do a bit.
Perfect.
Yeah,
It'll be a bit.
We'll
Yeah.
do it. We'll do it.
Or
Botox.
you guys come on my
Botox, right?
podcast. We can do it at my studio.
There we go.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is it in Fort
Are we
Worth?
going to Fort Worth?
Yeah, it's in Fort
But
Worth.
also, yeah, I'm already in the shit house.
But
with
also,
Brian.
I
can't-
drove
can't
all
be
the
thrown in
way the
another
fuck
studio.
out here too. So
That's true. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
welcome.
All right, guys. We will see you guys. We're going to get out of here. And you guys have a good weekend, man. I'm Juan B.
I'm Brent Crable.
I'm Jesse Cool.
We'll see you.
Oh, also, hey, I'm sorry I didn't come out to the club last night.
It's too late
It's
for
okay.
that.
I love you guys.
It's already off.
Thanks, Jesse.
I just wanted to say it one more time.
Bye. We out.